How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
All right, babies, welcome to Hispanic Heritage Month, volume... How long have we been doing this? 6 years? 7 years?
No, more than that.
38 years.
Do you know, Lewis, how many years?
I'm guessing we're going on 75 years now.
Yeah.
About 5?
Sounds
75.
Huh. Feels like more.
Yeah, and this is the first one that matters.
Mm-hmm. Just this one.
Yeah, because we're woke now, right?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that? Doesn't matter. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm Amy. I'm here with Mikey B.
I'm Mikey B.
That's true, you are. And he has no shirt on.
2/5 of the podcast is shirtless. We'll let you guess.
I got Freddy.
Hello.
And we got our very, very, very special guest, Lewis Fowler. Lewis, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me come and partake with you once more this year.
Yeah.
Thank you for living through your recent medical disaster to be here.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is the only reason he kept going.
He's sweet that way.
We're the first. Yeah.
It was a bit harrowing when Freddy sent me, saying, "Listen, man, I know that you can't do this. You're not to it. We won't do it. But I'd like to have your respect." Yes, please, let's do it. I'll come up with the movies now.
You're the best, man. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you feeling right now?
Right now, this moment?
Sure.
Or like in general?
In general.
Okay, I'm good. I'm healing. I had a hemorrhagic stroke. I was in the hospital for about 2 or 3 months, and they thought I was going to be paralyzed and have brain damage and all that. And I don't have any memory of the first month. I was kind of in a coma, But I came out of it. I just healed up quickly. Just got to work, and I'm in physical therapy. I've lost like over 100 pounds so far. Just going, just working. That's all I can do. Just work and do my best to live.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Your eyebrows look as healthy as ever.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know what? I didn't die to come to this podcast so a damn dog would bark.
Oh, yeah. I'll explain to them later that this is not their time.
Yeah. I tried leading up to starting recording, and if you're a patron, you saw a little video of this. We have Lewis on a free-floating iPad right now, so we can see him, which we don't normally do with the camera stuff, but I tried to rig it to our black t-shirt torso that we use at conventions to display t-shirts. I need duct tape and time.
We had to talk Freddy off a ledge.
Yeah, because I kept trying to make it
half
happen.
An hour
so
he was close.
I wanted to keep Lewis on a pivot so I could move his face around so we could all enjoy it. But
we would have to move the head.
Well, yeah.
Next week, Freddy.
That's just a lot of work.
We'll imagineer it.
I can rig you a drone or something.
Go to a beauty salon store, buy one of those fake styrofoam heads.
Yeah.
cut the face off, flatten it, You just duct tape, stick it to that.
That's a good idea.
Put it on top of the torso, and we're good.
Or I can make a giant Krang body and put you in the belly like Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Big nose full of frames.
That'd be awesome.
We'll hire a prostitute and have her put the the thing on her face and move while he looks at us.
Are they selling those Mission Impossible face printers yet? We'll do one of those.
Or you can just hire a prostitute in general or sit in for me.
We'll send her to your place. Or him, hey man, whatever you're into now. Just kidding. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld. Anyway.
So if you got a Lewis mask, would that be brown face? Would that be racist still?
I think it's only if you apply makeup to your skin.
But we can wear the mask and be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you allowed to wear a Ben Cooper style Mr. T mask?
Is that racist?
Or is that just A-Team fan?
I was wondering that with the Black Panther mask.
You have to ask if it's racist. It probably is.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
that's a good point.
But what if you have to do it to save the country or a life or the planet?
Well, bye-bye country.
Huh?
He said bye-bye country.
So you have to go undercover as Lewis to save the country?
Like, what if
Yeah.
Simon Pegg in that movie had to, like, wear the mask of
Ving Rhames?
Ving Rhames to
Oh.
save a life.
Well, as long as he doesn't paint his body black, it's fine,
You
right?
can wear gloves.
Yeah.
Just wear like a full body suit and just the mask. You're fine.
No,
I like to think the only reason why I may wear face mask means to kill me in my sleep and take my place.
okay. That's fine too.
I'm taking over Lewis's life.
Yeah. So, last year. Oh man, I'm tired. Last week, we were at Horror Hound Weekend in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Super fun time. All the stuff we did and saw and yapped about is on the Patreon feed.
Well, not all of it, but a lot of it.
But a lot of it, yes.
It's available for everybody right now.
Yeah, I made
Yeah.
everything public. So
Oh,
you
cool.
can see Andy's, what was it? Transparent fun putty penis?
My putty dong.
He was putty dong.
Andy made himself a little penis toy.
It was not little. It was huge.
Okay.
It was to scale.
Well,
That was to scale?
Uh-oh.
That was like a tin the size of like Prince Albert in a can or Skull or
Warning.
we talked to Bill Fulkerson, who made Survival of the Film Freaks, and of course, you know from Outside the Cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked to a Ghostbuster.
If they don't know Outside the Cinema, great podcast.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great dude, him and Kyle.
Yeah, and his documentary was really fun
Yeah.
too. Really good.
Really educational. I mean, a lot of like Grindhouse Cinema, which I think a lot of our fans are probably into as much as we are. So
Yeah.
you'll learn a lot of stuff.
I just see Lewis drifting off when we're not.
No, it looked like he was looking at Mike. It was great.
It was funny because like since he wasn't, we're talking about Horror Hound. He's not there, and like he can't really interject. I think it's like
can
he's
do whatever he wants.
drifting off. If I see you on your phone, Lewis, I'm going to call you out.
No, I agree with Amy. It looks like he's looking the
Yeah.
direction of where
I
we
thought
were
it
sitting.
looked like he
so.
was looking at you.
Yeah.
I saw an eye roll.
Oh,
Did you?
you.
Oh.
Oh, you guys!
And he did the jerk off motion too.
Yeah. Well, it's all appropriate.
Do the double one like this. Woo.
So yeah, Survival of Film Freaks. If you get the opportunity
Yeah,
to
it's
see
great.
that, it's worth your time. Touch the Ghostbuster that does voiceover work
Yeah.
and really hates his ex-wife,
Yeah, he does.
but I don't know if that made it on the air.
And thank you to our friends Michael and his wife for giving us those awesome cheese curds.
Yeah.
my God.
Whatever
Those
happened to
were
the rest
really
of this? Did this all get eaten before we
I
left?
think they got mostly eaten.
And then
Wow.
we left him at the table overnight and thought probably wasn't a great idea.
Oh,
to-
no. Cheese is fine. You
Yeah,
can leave
it turned-
cheese out at room
Yeah,
temperature.
turn to yogurt. It's fine.
Yeah.
Turn to yogurt.
Mayonnaise is delicious.
Dip it in mayonnaise. It's fine. Can
That's
you
what
eat?
you guys need to do for your next product. Instead of t-shirts, do some Night of the Living mayonnaise.
Gross.
Mike wouldn't be down for that, but I
No,
would.
I'm out.
That's gonna be our the prize we give out
Yeah.
for the Patreons.
How do you make mayonnaise?
Oh.
Eggs and oil. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
You just whip it real good?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of
And
oil?
Evil.
Vegetable olive oil, vegetable oil.
You must whip it. Whip it good.
So,
No, I keep
Shut it down, Freddy.
No, I keep looking at Lewis, and I think he like I always think that the screen is frozen, but Lewis, you need to be moving constantly to make me.
there you go.
There it
There you
is.
go.
Yeah.
So mayonnaise, we're gonna work on that, and that's a good idea. We'll put it in little mason jars.
Mason jars,
It'll be artisanal.
small batch.
So it's a new
Small
location. New
It's like a
location for
walking
Horror Hound.
Pinterest calendar.
Huh?
It's like a walking Pinterest calendar.
I love it.
Mm.
You know I do. I'll wrap burlap around it. It'll be great. So yes, Mikey, Horror Hound wasn't a new location
Yeah,
this time
same
in Indy.
Indianapolis Convention Center, one of the hotels connected to the main convention center. Really nice spot,
Yeah,
I thought.
it worked out really nice. I
It was,
think
it was fancy ass too. I felt out of place.
It was fancy.
Lots of food options.
we're trashy.
We were punching above our weight at that hotel.
Yeah, we're days in people at best.
Although, that at best. Although, as classy as it was, Mike and I and Andy, were you there for the guy shooting up when we were in the hot tub?
He told me in the morning. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we watched a guy shoot up right outside the window.
I was kind of titillating at first because I'm like, why is there a guy with his pants around his ankles at 7 o'clock in the morning? And then Freddie had to bring it down and go, "Oh, Mike, he's shooting up right now."
But you know what? Good for him for getting up early in the morning.
Yeah,
the early bird catches the worm.
Is that me? I would take a picture of it, put it on Instagram, and said, "Live, laugh, love."
Yeah.
Quit making fun of my tattoo.
You should get it in that font that they use on those wood boards that you get, like friends and folks and happiness and coffee.
A whole big back tattoo. Live, laugh, love.
We went straight from the guy shooting up.
Don't wake me up without my cup of coffee first.
Right. Yeah. Don't even talk to me before I've had a box of wine.
Lewis, can I just say something? It's so good to hear your voice and not sound like and have it sound normal. I thought you can have stroke voice.
What does that mean?
You know, like when Dick
Clark?
Yeah.
Stroke voice is when people talk like this.
Yeah.
That's it.
I only somewhat talk like that. But the thing that bothers me the most is, see, they have a trick you out of me. See it?
Yeah.
It's pretty sexy. Nice necklace.
I thought it's going to be those cool robotic trick you out of me where I talk like this. These lame little plastic knobs that take in and out. I really want the robot voice.
The robot voice.
It's like you're on a PSA, like, this is what smoking did to me.
Start chain smoking, man. Live your dream. Make it happen. God helps those who help themselves.
It's like, I was a voice actor. Now this is how I sound. Cautionary tale, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe my new middle name.
What's that?
That should be my new middle name, Lou's Cautionary Tale Fowler.
We'll just call you CT for short.
I'm trying to get some of that sweet PSA cash.
What my goal in life is to have an episode of Law and Order about me.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah?
Like ripped from the headlines?
Ripped from the headlines.
I don't know.
His name was Louis Fowler. He's the king of PSAs.
Then you'll get a Netflix documentary about your life.
Well, eventually we're all going to be murdered, right? There's so many documentaries out there and so many murder shows. I feel like the well is running dry.
Not it.
Are you saying everyone will eventually either be a victim of murder or a talking head in a murder
Something
documentary?
like that. We're all going to be on TV talking about murders.
Science has proven 3 out of 4 people get murdered by the time they're 40, so...
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I have been told I light up a room, and we all know every murder victim lights up a room, so I already got a strike against me.
Mm-hmm.
I only told you that because it's not true.
Yeah.
You didn't feel the vision in a room.
I want to dim a room. I want to bring it down.
Oh, bring it down.
You
Because
come
I
in
wanna
and
live.
you suck the light out of the room.
Yeah.
There's so much shade you're throwing, right?
Yeah.
All of
Shady.
the light and the
Shady
air.
elephant.
No, I just feel like the amount of murder shows, like podcasts, like documentaries, they can't keep up with the pace of murders. So I feel like the producers are just going to go out killing people.
No, there's plenty of
Maybe more
murders.
contact.
Yeah.
That's
Content.
not a bad idea for a movie.
It's like Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Did I just spoil Nightcrawler?
Whoops.
You did.
Whoopsie daisy.
I'm talking about the comic book.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Anything else about Horror Hound? It was fun.
It was a
It was
great
fun.
time.
It was a
great
good time.
Yeah.
I kept running into Terry Kaiser. Like every morning, me and Terry Kaiser were on the same Starbucks schedule.
And Terry Kaiser is again who?
Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh.
I'm sure he's done other things. I do not care.
I did not see him with sunglasses on the whole weekend.
Yeah.
It bothered me.
You know it would have been great if at Horror Hound Weekend you killed Terry Kaiser and did that whole thing with him.
Do you think he worried?
Live workshop.
He should worry about that.
About being killed? Everybody should be worried about
Just
being
as
killed.
a prank?
Well,
Like, well,
there's lots of weirdos out there.
this is true.
You
And
know
it does
what I'm
smell
saying?
in that hall, so we can never tell if like it's rotting or not.
It didn't smell that bad.
I know,
It didn't
it's
smell as bad as our hotel room with all those White Castles in it.
Oh, dear.
What, Terry Kaiser smelled bad? Is that what you're saying?
His dead body.
No, we did hear a guy in the hall at Horror Hound. I just overheard this conversation. He goes, I smell pizza or Shannon Doherty.
Well, pizza's a pleasant smell.
It is.
Yeah,
a
it is.
smell.
Not if it's.
That guy was gross.
Yeah, he was an asshole.
gross.
He was a total asshole.
And he was being a prick.
Yeah.
What
But,
kind of pizza? Like goat cheese pizza, or just like nice mozzarella?
Yeah.
Are you trying to figure out what pizza Shannon Doherty would smell like?
Because
Oh.
there's more pungent odors.
You mean
of
like
pizza.
one of those fruit pizzas?
Like onions
Yeah.
and green peppers?
yeah.
I feel like you'd be sent from a California pizza kitchen. One of those flatbreads.
Oh, yeah.
Or like hamburger pizza
With avocado on it.
where it has mustard on it.
Oh.
I know it sounds gross, but they're not that bad. They put pickles and
Yeah,
onions
but I don't
on
want to
it.
like think about it. Shannon Doherty smelling like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Like
Yeah.
like when somebody smells like refried beans, but you're like, I do normally like the smell of refried beans, but not if it's being created by a human body.
Yeah.
I do the smell of farts. Really when I come out.
Oh, it's so
But
gross.
Shannon Doherty was gorgeous. Though we walked
She
by her.
did. She
Yeah.
looked great.
She was beautiful.
I didn't see her.
And she always had a line, and she
Yeah.
was charging pretty primo prices.
And Alicia Witt is just a wisp.
She's
That's
with
pretty catty. I mean, you're like, I didn't see her.
What I'm doing my best, Aretha. She has beautiful gowns.
Yeah, that was what Mariah Carey said. I don't know her.
I don't know
Yeah.
her. And Aretha, they asked Aretha about all the other divas, and she's like, "Well, nice dresses."
I'll
Rest in
take that.
peace.
I'll take that compliment.
Yeah.
Was Shannon Doherty actually nice, though? To the fat losers?
No, from what I understand, she was nice. She,
We were talking to Nathan last night.
Yeah, Nathan. She didn't give Nathan any problems at all.
He said she was great. Yeah. So I think. You know what I'm saying?
She was smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
And she had a long line.
I heard
Did
Lori.
it look like a real smile, or was it like a fake smile?
Well, I mean, how many real smiles do you have in you in a day?
About 175.
Well, she had 300 people in her line every day, so some of
She
those
was
people.
definitely doing the smile and go
Yeah.
smile for all the smiles I saw, but yeah.
It's a transaction. I
It
don't
is.
need, you know.
Okay, Lewis, real quick, give us a fake smile. So genuine.
It's adorable.
Perfect.
So basically, that was her smile. That
Yeah, and listeners, it was just a slight up tilt, no smizing.
Yeah.
But he did his best, and he did what we asked. That's all you can. That's all you can do.
Speaking of smizing, I have a sty for the first time in my life. And if I could just complain a little more about it like I have been for the past
Sure,
4
Lewis
days.
had a stroke, but go on about your sty.
Lewis, do you know how awful a sty is?
One time I was going to off to Texas on the bus. I think somebody on the bus was contaminated with something. Because as soon as I got on that bus, I was perfect. By the time I got off the bus, I don't have a pink eye.
As soon as you got off the bus, you had pink eye instantly.
Like, not only that pink eye, I had a sty that made my eyelids swell like the size of an orange.
Yeah, that's awful, right?
Wow.
So what was
It
worse?
was good. I miss it.
Was the
Every day.
was the stroke worse or the sty?
The sty was worse. I don't think I can remember the stroke.
Yeah, see, I told you it's worse.
the whole day, like I look up at Freddy, I'm like, "Are you high?"
I know. I look like I'm really high all the time right now.
It looks better today.
Yeah.
In
Thank
Sty
you.
Watch.
What's that? Do you say pork chops?
Wrench it up.
It sounded like you said pork chops just then, twice.
Did you have another stroke? Everything comes out as pork chops.
Fucked up.
It's funny. We did a test call yesterday because Lewis has a new computer. We want to check the mic out. And I was like, you're fine without a microphone. But I think once you have this group of people and my bad hearing, the combination, I'm going to hear pork chop a lot today. Is the point.
Fucked up.
Or you're just really hungry.
We're just gonna nod and smile at Lewis, like, Lewis, good, yeah.
Pork chop, yes, Lewis.
But then you end up wearing the puffy shirt on the Today Show. Guys, I've been watching too much Seinfeld. Way too much.
Yeah, so how was your life? He had a stroke, he has a sty. You've been watching too much Seinfeld.
Too much.
Yeah.
Everybody's suffering.
Yeah, we all suffer.
All right, well, have we bantered?
I feel like I've been bantered to death.
Okay.
Badly beaten.
Yeah.
Badly
Bruce bantered.
I just want to say, it's just so nice to hear Lewis again.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's great to see you, Lewis.
Fucked up.
All right. right. Well,
there in season 1 of RuPaul's Drag Race, there was a girl named Pork Chop.
Oh yeah.
Isn't she she's known for the history of being the first?
Yeah, she's the first one ever eliminated.
Yeah, there you go.
So Lewis, if you
live your dream, live your truth, Lewis.
Was she fat?
Yeah, she was.
With a name like Pork Chop.
Her name wasn't Celery.
How'd you guess?
What's your name? My name's Celery Stock.
I'm a thin drag queen.
Skinny legend. All right, we'll be right back.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
And we're back, everybody.
Yeah.
Did you miss us? Mikey!
That's me.
Give us your review of the Fozzie pick, Crush the Skull.
So this will be a quick one. Crush the Skull.
Did you get a chance to watch it, Lewis?
No, I'm not gonna watch you when you go Crush the Skull.
Yeah, that's a silly title, right?
It is a silly title.
Yeah, and
was there skull crushing involved?
Well, okay. So this film, I really liked it, so I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
And hold on. Let me take it down a little bit.
Sure.
I'm being a little hyperbolic. I liked it. It was pretty good.
I really no, I mean I liked. Okay,
I did like
my
it.
wrist during it.
I did like it.
It was the greatest film ever made. It's okay.
Yes. Yes. It was good. It was fun. It's a fun horror film. I would not call it really a horror film as much as more of a comedy suspense.
I thought you were going to say of errors.
Yes. But the idea of the film is it's about this couple who they're professional robbers and they're on their last robbery. So they're trying to do the last robbery thing and then get done with it. So pretty typical. So the botched robbery. So they're in a botched robbery and basically the husband, wife.
It's called debauchery.
The debauchery. Yeah, they're robbing a couple's house and then the wife returns home and basically to have an affair, and so things go real bad for them, and the guy is locked up, and the only way the wife knows how to save him is to make some kind of deal where they basically have to do one more robbery and get back into it.
I thought you were going to say the only way she can get him out is crushing his skull.
So you will wonder why this movie is called Crush the Skull.
Is that like some Jigsaw type thing?
Will I really want, or will I like take a minute and say, and move on to the next movie?
No, it's fun. It's a fun movie. There's a lot of like they shadow something and then there's a payoff. They shadow something, there's payoff. So there's even a shadow the Crush the Skull, the title of the movie is a shadow that you will wonder why it's called Crush the Skull all the way through, and there's a payoff. So it's clever. Basically they end up in a house of some kind of torture because they're robbing this house, and I can't really go into why it's a torture house, but they end up in this torture house trying to rob it. They run into someone who's being tortured, and then they have to figure their way out of this puzzle house, and it's fun. It's fun.
Is it an escape room?
That's the twist. It's an escape room.
Would you say a better title of this movie would have been Puzzle House?
Yeah.
Puzzle House.
It definitely plays comedy, and a lot of it works.
So are they making fun of like the Jigsaw type things?
No, they're not, because they genuinely are in a house they are afraid to get out of. So I don't think they're making fun of anything. It's pretty realistic in the fact that this guy has basically built a house that's designed to kill and torture, and they're stuck in it, and they're trying very cleverly to get out of it, and they use a lot of comedy, and it works. The two leads in this film, the male and the female, are fantastic. So I enjoyed it. It was fun. I wouldn't put it on a loved and it's a must watch, but I definitely put it on a I want to watch something fun. So it's fun and it's fun and there's some good tension. So, yeah, I liked it. Crush the Skull. And the only way you're going to figure out why it's called Crush the Skull is to watch the movie, because Mikey B is not going to spoil it. But you don't have to take my word for it.
I want to see an episode of House Hunters where they just visit torture houses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where they crush someone's skull.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty good idea for a movie.
Yeah.
A group of house flippers go to a house with the camera crew. Should have to be an old, torture house.
Oh,
you gotta get their way out of there.
TM, that's ours.
Oh.
Nobody steal that.
They're on, if you're at an Amazon Prime, which is where this movie can be found. If you're a Prime member, you also get access to some Audible originals on the Audible app, which I just found out about recently. And I was listening to, I forget the name of it. It's like a podcast series. And one of the episodes is about this real estate agent who basically takes on houses where horrible things. He sold Nicole Simpson's condo after her murder.
So he searches these houses out.
He's like a real estate agent that can take on the real bad places where bad things have happened. And it's an interesting interview with him and everything.
Speaking of which, I just watched the first season of. I know I'm 5 years behind. I watched the first season of American Horror Story.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's the good one.
Never
mind.
It ain't perfect. It's not perfect.
It kind of seems like Ryan Murphy's attempt to throw in as many derogatory statements he can about mentally handicapped people.
Well, it only gets worse. So. Except for Coven, that wasn't as bad.
I'm moving on to Coven next. So yeah. I'm determined to watch them all over the next few years. So
I've only ever seen the first one and the third one, and I started the second one, but it was too.
I don't remember the first season enough to remember those statements.
Well, Lewis, just wait till you get to American Horror Story. Life Goes On.
Oh, it's a little quirky.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you for your review.
My pleasure.
How many pork chops do you give it?
Yeah.
I give it
on a scale of 1 to 5 pork chops.
Pork chop with A1 sauce.
Ew.
I don't know that I've ever done that before.
Oh, it's the only way to do it.
That's good, man. Pork chop with A1 sauce.
Right?
Shit.
You gotta have A1.
I'll take your word
it's how
for
pork chops are done.
Get some steak fries. Go with some A1 sauce and steak fries.
Oh, you douse and just marinate those fucking fries.
Yes.
Fucking A1 sauce.
Get some vanilla ice cream and some A1 sauce.
That's what you do.
All right, now you've gone too far.
It's good as lube, too.
I was on board until now. So I have a movie gun, movie bullet. Andy, you're up first. You live, Freddy. Mm-hmm. Live me. I'm dead. Okay. Oh, what have I done to myself?
Oh, no, she lit up a room, too.
I know. I was just saying that. The movie I'm going to review for next week is called Terrifier. It's on Netflix.
I barely know her.
Right?
Get it?
What's it called?
It's called Terrifier. On Halloween.
Oh, Terrifier.
Yes. On Halloween night, inside a dilapidated apartment building.
I hardly knew her.
Huh? I hardly knew her. I see.
That's what happened when Terry caught on fire.
On Halloween night, inside a dilapidated apartment building, Art the Clown stalks his victims, slicing and slaughtering in terrifying silence. So there you go, everybody. 1 hour, 24 minutes.
Yep.
Ooh, that's short, too.
I
right
know.
up your alley.
So many people in horror films, normal people, go to a abandoned building. I never once been to an abandoned building in my life.
Well, once you're there, Lewis, it's not abandoned anymore.
Nobody cares about
It
it.
doesn't make a sound in the forest.
Freddie.
You know.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you to make an abandoned house into an abandoned home.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, make it cozy.
All right. Well, we'll be right back with the main attraction.
This week's main attraction, Lewis's first pick for Hispanic Heritage Month, the Netflix original film starring Michael Pena, Extinction. Now,
it's a thinker.
Mikey B thought we said Michael Caine instead of Michael Pena.
I kept waiting.
So these aliens.
I did not see Michael Caine.
Nope.
No, he's not making appearance.
Spoilers will abound, and you'll want to watch this movie before you listen to this.
Yeah, I don't know how we can review it without spoiling.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Although Gene Shaw was here, he'd say, "Extinction, extinction."
What are your thoughts on it, Lewis? Because I want to see.
It was a good for a Netflix movie. I'll say that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was short. It was an hour and a half.
It's still a Netflix movie. Netflix movies are generally terrible. It was a good Netflix movie. So
it was pretty good.
It was supposed to go to theaters in January. They decided not to run it, and Universal sold it to Netflix. And I can see why it didn't go to theaters at all. It's a little too, I don't want to say cheap, but kind of like, it's a very TV movie feel to it. But the twist was really good. I didn't see that coming at all.
No, I didn't either. It was. The
way they all turned out to be women. Michael Pena took his pants down, had a vagina. It was crazy.
It was like in the prosthetic work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you change your perceptions of how women are supposed to be. It's like a gender questioning movie.
Listener, it's none of these things.
Yeah.
No, it was not.
I felt okay. I mean, we'll get into it. I just I know what they were trying to say and do.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think they quite had
do
that.
Amy, tell me what they're trying to say or do. # me too.
Right. But I just feel like they didn't quite. It was a little clumsy. The story.
Yeah, clumsy.
The storytelling was a little clumsy. I know what you were trying to do, and I just don't think it worked. But I love Lizzie Kaplan. I love Michael Pena. I thought they were great. Luke Cage has got a nice little booty, and it looked fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
In spots and surprising.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a solid little time.
A solid little time.
Well, that's what I call my good time.
Well, hey, good for you.
Yeah, the thing is, I was watching it, and for the first 30 minutes and everything, I was thinking, why is everybody acting? Why I thought Michael Pena had no chemistry with Lizzie Kaplan.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. They were together, and I thought everybody was acting weird. And once the twist comes, you kind of see it. The twist is good, but it's also, like you said, presented very clumsily.
Yeah.
They start doing the flashbacks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that I didn't understand why the quote-unquote alien attackers were dressed in all that goo and...
That's what I was fucking saying. I didn't understand.
Insects.
It didn't make any sense. Okay, so I guess we should do it like a quick...
I think it was just an easy way to show them as the invaders and the others.
Yeah.
Well, it was an easy way to trick the viewer.
Yeah. So, like a quick synopsis. This synopsis will have spoilers in it. So if you don't want to be spoiled and you have Netflix, you want to see The Extinction, stop the show, go watch it. If you don't care, here we go. Michael Pena is an engineer that works at this mysterious facility. We don't really know what they do. His wife, Lizzie Kaplan, is real concerned about him because he keeps having nightmares, and he's got 2 little girls. Lizzie Kaplan's character is also an engineer that's working on the tunnel system for the city, and they talk about runoff, but this is another interesting question I'll have to get to later about why they even need sewers. But
Robo feces.
Yeah. Robo wow. All that motor oil. Michael Pena is having these recurring nightmares of the city being destroyed by what looks like this alien force coming in on spaceships, and the visuals of this are pretty good. I was kind of wondering. I was like, oh, they went kind of like old school, like machine guns for these aliens. Like everything they have, their tech almost looks like Earth stuff, you know. And that's like your first hint that there's more to this. And when you see the invaders, they're wearing these like goofy sci-fi bubble suit things.
They look like bug aliens.
Yeah, they look
bug
like
noises.
aliens. And but the twist is,
well, there's a real invasion.
the invasion
and his wife
really
feels
happens.
like a real hag nagging shrew because he was right.
Yeah. And when the shit
men are.
when the shit hits the fan in real life, it's revealed that the invaders are really humans that had fled the Earth
Dun.
to Mars for the last 50 years, and they were returning.
Why?
What's that, Lewis?
And why?
Did they flee because a robot took their job?
Took their pork chop.
They took their pork chop. But they've created all the people you think are the humans. Michael Pena, Lizzie Kaplan, etc. are actually robots, and they don't know they're robots. It's very Westworld
because they were created to serve humanity, and then humanity got scared of them.
It's a cookbook.
Humanity got scared of them.
Pork chop.
And went to destroy them, but these robots rose up and
here's the thing:
destroyed the humans and made them flee the planet.
But I don't understand how they took over in the first place, because they didn't have any superhuman abilities that we saw, right?
Maybe we just made too many of them.
But how many fucking robots did we make?
Apparently enough.
That's the problem. There's too much supply.
Yeah.
Well, look, I think the film says they made a bunch of robots to be servants, but then Michael Pena gets some sort of sentience about his robotitude. He rises up and kills it, and I think the people were still under the belief that the robots were submissive, so you get a sneak attack on the humans and kill the humans. That makes sense.
No, but
right.
Even with we saw somewhat of the breakout.
Plus, you really can kill a robot. I mean, they're robots.
Yeah, but I was just
you decapitate.
They just plug in and they're fine again.
I was just carsing this movie too much, I think.
Well, yeah. So the aliens are really the humans coming back to take the planet back from them. But you get one nice human that's like, shit, I didn't realize I'd be killing families. Because the robots have basically wiped their memories so they don't have to live in fear. Except for a core few who are making sure that they're preparing for the humans to come back.
Is that what the wellness center was? Is like a robot wipe center? Is that what that? Okay.
Yeah.
Robot wipes.
Robot wipes.
Yeah.
For your robot shits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Down your robot sewers.
Exactly. Why do they need sewer system?
They don't. They were escape tunnels. I think that the tunnels were built to get them to the...
They said they were government buildings, so they could put whatever they wanted to
But she did make the comment about reducing runoff to under 30%. As much as 30%, I mean.
Well, I think they just they tried to make them as human as possible, because they didn't...
They didn't want the robots to figure it out. So they're like, oh, we had a poop, I guess.
Well, there's machine waste, too. Yeah. I mean, it may not
be
human waste, but there's a lot of extra from machines.
From Lizzie Kaplan's tailpipe.
Straight from her tailpipe to your heart.
Yeah.
Because at one point, even though you're a super smart robot, you'd start to question, hey, why am I not shitting?
Yeah. You're a super smart
robot. But if you were never programmed to think about shitting, you won't think about shitting.
Yeah, but...
They were eating this thing. Didn't they kept dinner or something together? Or?
I thought they were...
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if they showed them eating.
I don't remember. I mean, they could do that. I mean, why are we making robots that, A, look this fucking human? That's stupid. Stupid humans. It
should have been a dead giveaway when Michael Pena poured a bowl of cereal for one of his kids in this movie, and it was just nuts and bolts. And then he poured motor oil over it.
Clang, 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 clang.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
For snacky to get a delay battery out of his pocket and eat it.
Is that considered healthy cereal or the sugar covered ones?
It's like grape nuts.
Yeah.
It's fiber for a robot.
Yeah.
He poured a little sugar in his cereal.
Bless you.
I think they're setting up for a sequel at the end because most of a bunch of robots get away to their underground base. So they can hide out.
Yeah, they got reverse Matrix.
And figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. I feel like this movie wanted me to be sympathetic to the robots. But I'm like, you fucking killed my species.
And drove us to Mars.
And drove us to Mars.
And on top of that, you're fucking robots.
And you're a robot. We made you. And I know that this movie was trying, like they had the flashbacks to the humans chanting, "You will not replace us." It's like, okay, but this is no.
Well, there's literally a sign that says "Robots took my job."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put myself into the place of this, and if it was a future like that and we had robots, the thing is, I'd be nice to my robot.
Well, sure.
If I bought him to be a servant, of course I do have him clean and make meals. That wouldn't be mean to him.
Would you make love to it?
Does that make sense? Well, of course, that's what you buy a robot for.
Right, exactly. That's where it starts.
It is exactly where it starts.
I don't make love to my robots. I fuck them.
Oh, yeah.
There's a difference. There's no love in this.
Well, for that goes to the robot whore.
You don't love me. You just love my doggy style.
What's that?
If I come home with a robot whore, my robot wife's like, "Where were you? Where do I smell robot pussy on your dick?"
Oh my god.
Let me smell your dick.
I smell your robot pussy.
I don't know. Like, aren't we already doing this? Really? Like, how many of us personify our like Roombas or Siri? Like, you don't like when somebody talks bad to your
Jacqueline?
Siri? Yes, Jacqueline.
But you don't kick Jacqueline when she doesn't sweep up, do you?
No, but I do call her a dumb bitch a lot.
Yeah, she does.
She is pretty dumb.
She gets stuck on the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, we have a Roomba now, Lewis.
Whenever my Roomba gets in the corner, I generally go pick it up and go, "Okay, little darling, here you go. Let's go over here now."
You're like, please God, I know you're mapping my home for your robot armies.
Do you ever like leave valuables out to see if she'll steal it?
I made that joke when we first got it. Yeah, I was like, oh, some stuff was missing out of the nightstand.
Like, you can't co-opt the whole like anti-Nazism, anti-racism movement that we find ourselves once again in the midst of for robots.
Right.
Okay, because that doesn't work for me.
What if they program Nazi robots?
I feel like they didn't earn it, but they could have. They were getting close because I could see where there's some issues there, and then you take your past with like Blade Runner, and you see where Blade Runner goes out to, and how that all happened. Oh, geez, Freddy, will you just leave Lewis alone? He's futzing around with the fucking camera again.
Speaking of robot technology,
Freddy,
I got caught.
Sit.
Yeah.
I get antsy.
Find something else.
He wants it to be
He needs a
perfect.
fidget.
Lewis is fine.
We'll get you a fidget, Freddy.
Virtual Lewis is fine.
Can you see everything, Lewis?
yes, I can.
Is this does this make you nauseous when I spin the chair that you're on?
Do you think the listeners want to hear this?
I think they're fascinated by the technology.
They know what FaceTime is.
Yeah, Lewis is on top of a garbage can again.
Okay.
He's a human dumpster.
He's a regular C-3PO.
You're like Oscar the Grouch right now.
I'm taking back my Roomba by being the human Roomba.
The human Roomba.
I bet that's a website.
Human Roomba?
Yeah, that's probably a sex thing.
I bet that.
Okay.
Huh?
The human Roomba is probably a porn fetish.
Oh, for sure.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel about like Planet of the Apes? Are you on the side of the humans or the apes?
I'm on the side. What?
That's different than this movie because I'm on the side of the apes and
Exactly, like 100% on the apes.
But they're still taking over, killing us and taking over our world.
In that regard, the humans got what they deserved. Humans they were pretty bad to Caesar and his pals.
I didn't do shit to Caesar.
The little twit from Harry Potter.
Yeah, Malfoy.
But yeah. I thought about that, and I kept having this argument with myself. Well, they're not humans, so they don't honestly, their feelings don't matter. But I don't want to. They're not natural, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. It's not the humanity; it's that they are not natural. Apes are natural. They are beings of the earth just as I am. These are fucking robots. So stop trying to make me care.
They're fucking robots.
They're soulless, so we don't need to care.
But I felt there are times I feel for robots, even though they're like Wall-E.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. It wasn't trying to kill me.
But he still had feelings and emotions. He evolved.
Yeah, but if you woke up one morning Wally was standing over you with a 12-gauge shotgun. Comes low to your chest. You really think you'd be so down for the robot movement then?
Andy would be so happy to be taken out by Wally.
It'd be so cute. I'd be the cutest death ever.
I'm just saying, in the context of this movie, I'm not on the robot side. Is anybody?
Okay, let me rephrase it then.
Yeah.
Tater shows up with a gun.
Tater?
That thing from Cars?
Mater.
Tomater.
Tomater.
Well, you know Tomater has a gun. You just listen to him.
He's an NRA member.
Do you feel like when like this comes back to Patreon and we're like reviewing this like 3 years from now, we're gonna have to like do a special our opinions on robots have changed.
Yes.
We've said some really offensive things today about robots.
God, don't.
Much like our mechanical overlords, our opinions have evolved.
We now love our robot overmasters.
Do you feel like we need to like start a movement now so nobody creates this bullshit?
Isn't there already what was it?
But it's already happening. I mean, it's already like. But you have people who are basically already half cyborg that's helping them function because they have robot parts that are becoming. How is it different? They're becoming human.
Well, I don't want an AI. I don't want AI.
I don't think the problem itself is robots.
Yeah,
it's the AI stuff in computers like Alexa and that stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I think when they get into the computers and start. And I'm saying like Alex Jones now, get a computers, yeah. But when they can actually get into the system, I don't think robots itself will hurt you. I think it's like when they can get into the army computers and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you mean like
Watson?
Watson, yeah.
Stuff like that, where don't like I understand.
And in Colorado, they have the first AI manned control tower for airplanes. It's no humans.
Huh.
So it's like human computers are running the control tower.
No.
The computers in charge of your flights and everything now. You know, that's how like basically that's like Terminator was, you know?
Yes.
Skynet. And then like the robots were on the ground killing the humans that got away from it. The Skynet eliminated the first set of everyone, you know?
I think people will want to laugh at you when you go, but look at Terminator.
Yeah.
Fucking look at Terminator.
Do you remember Otto, the inflatable autopilot from Airplane?
What about Short Circuit?
Or Short Circuit.
Steve Gutenberg warned us.
Think of Mega Maid. When she went from suck to blow. So that's some serious shit.
So, Amy, I think part of the problem is that they look so human. Would you be more okay with it if they looked more like robots?
No, I want them to behave more like robots. I do not want human feelings in a robot. I don't want manufactured human feeling.
Yeah, like Hallmark.
The thing that's probably the scary thing about humans is people are going to go ahead and let this stuff happen because humans are probably going to be too obsessed with having sex with robots.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be trying to figure out a way to have sex with robots. Then I'm going to think, well, so why are you having sex with a robot? Inside the robot's mind, they're going to be figuring out how to kill you.
The whole time. Yes.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But people are desperate for companionship. I mean, that's like that. I mean, yeah, it's the sex with the robot that's really going to do it. But it's like all those forms of companionship. Like you want to come and be able to have a conversation with the robot. So we're probably not going to be happy until we can have natural responses from robots.
Then I'm
which I
leaving
think
for Mars
Siri
now.
and Alexa and whatever the Google one and Cortana and all these people. That's what they're trying to do.
It's like that one movie. That one movie, Her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with
Joaquin.
Yeah. Joaquin.
Like seriously, I want to go to Mars now and get it ready.
Get right.
Well,
unintended consequences. I always go back to fucking Mira Sorvino.
But have you ever seen like Lars and the Real? I think it's called Lars and the Real Girl. With, yeah, and I mean that's actually kind of a different take on this, where it actually is kind of positive.
As long as it can never. It's not an evolving intelligence.
Have you ever seen?
It's evolving.
Lars and the Real Girl.
What's that, Lewis?
Like what happened? Lars and the Real Girl.
Yes.
As a broken robot.
Yeah. She was broken.
Aren't we all?
A broken sex robot.
Do you remember Heart Beeps with Andy Kaufman, right? And Bernadette Peters? That was a good one too. They were two robots that fell in love with each other. Yeah, think about it.
I'm just saying.
Robots should have been destroyed.
Yeah.
It's just always interesting to me when you have these conversations like that. We talk like when, what if, or when, but it's happening. I mean, it's happening right. Like Alexa is learning vocabulary, and all of these there are learning vocabulary, and some of it we're using for good things. But maybe
is there going to be is it possible though? All this stuff where the robots take over.
Did you see a video of like those robots they're building, like the robot dog? He lives like 15 tons. And like they're building these beasts of burden for lifting and stuff. You see why are they doing that when we got like trucks and stuff they can lift it? So they're slowly getting there. I saw a YouTube video a couple days ago called "Top 5 Bizarre Things Robots Have Said That," where like they have robots on shows and the robot goes a little haywire. That says something like "All humans must die." I'll send you the link later. But it really is Friday, like you said, Mikey. This stuff is happening now. Robots are, and people think it's going to be this great scientific thing to have AI. Not really stopping to think, what it will actually do.
Right.
So much of the internet and where it continues to go is done by people going, why not?
Well, I think robots are already showing. I mean, if you go into YouTube and look for like these AI, some of the robots, like how they're able to like walk through rooms or open doors, or what happens when they fall down, and they're already capable of outthinking us. The question is like where the feelings and emotions, what exactly does it, not to get super deep, but what exactly is the soul part? Are our thoughts our soul, or is it our emotions, our feelings that are our soul? Because if it's
a beautiful
thoughts,
mixture of both.
Well, then if it's thoughts, then we could probably say that there's some bit of AI intelligence that can be somewhat soulful.
I am going to Mars.
It's something certainly interesting to think about, but something we probably need to get in front of because it's happening, y'all.
To bring it?
The sad thing is, we don't have the option to go to Mars, Amy.
I know.
Anything would happen this week, next week, 2 weeks from now, a month. There's nothing on Mars. We have to stay here.
We got to fight.
Yeah.
Through change.org petitions to shut it all down. That's all I know how to do.
If our robot overlords don't shut the internet down first.
Seriously.
What if there's a true crime show in the future where the victims are androids?
Or what if we can have some kind of synergy between robots and we can both learn to exist in the same world, just like we've proven in our history we never can do?
Maybe it'd be like Cherry 2000 lit up a room when she came in. She would activate all of the fluorescence and incandescence in a building.
If people could give and take a little bit, it'd be amazing what we could do.
I don't know. I just fear the future because I'm such a slow adapter, and I still yell at everything.
You do. Well, X-Files will tell you, fight the future.
Yeah. We were just at Horror Hound, Lewis, and Andy, we were in the elevator, and it was one of those ones you had to put your room key in to get the buttons to work.
Yeah. But
Andy thought it just wasn't working because he needed to yell at it more, like that it was voice activated. And he was like, 6! 6!
Now, I feel if it does happen that I would be spared because I'm just so simple, and I would not...
You'd be turned into parts, Andy.
Parts.
No, I would feel like I would acquiesce to the robots and like.
Oh, you would. You would immediately. You'd submit in a second.
Well, if the Robot Brothers really would happen tomorrow, I quickly sell out my human beings for the chance to live.
Yeah.
Well, I think that, I mean, hey, survival instinct, it will kick in, and you'll do whatever you gotta do.
Yeah.
Hey, robots, I hate him too. Here, give me a gun.
He's hiding out in there. Get him.
Give me a gun.
The movie that we watched this week, I thought kind of was an interesting job on that, because when you go back and once you know the big reveal that they're robots, like those robots, the first and foremost, like the first thing that was important to them was protecting their family, their kids. Like that was every parent in that film went to their kids and had a survival instinct, which is interesting. It's interesting to even think about.
Them. We gave them that.
It was kind of screwed up too. That Michael Pena, he's Hispanic. They turned him into a janitor.
They were all janitors.
Yeah, but come on, you can make a white robot for that job.
It'd have been a lot more fulfilling, wouldn't it? Like if you were going to have to make something that, wouldn't you want it to look like Eric Trump?
Ew.
If it had to be scrubbing a toilet?
Sure.
I mean,
but you think make it look Trumpy, like you think make it look sexy like one of those Trump boys.
Yeah, exactly. You could have a fully functional Trump hole.
But I think it's cool that they even made a Hispanic robot. They didn't have to.
Right.
They got black
cool,
robots.
But really, how far do that as a society where we make a robot to do janitorial work and we make him a Hispanic?
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And really,
Lizzie Kaplan was a robot too.
Really, it's kind of scary for Michael Payne to take that role.
Yeah. What do you think, Lewis, if we went into a Mexican restaurant in this reality and there were white robots working there?
Robot gentrification.
There it goes.
Well, then it's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, they're putting yellow cheese on these tacos. It's a pretty fucked up world we're living in.
That's why I gotta go the Mexican robots down in Robo Mexico.
Yeah. Oh man.
But Lewis, I just want to say that I liked how you chose this movie just because Michael Payne is a star. Because normally when you pick these movies for Hispanic Heritage Month, it's like specifically about like Mexican, like Hispanic culture.
Right.
But I appreciate that you picked this movie just because Michael Payne is the lead, because I feel like this is kind of even more subversive than picking something that's so culturally specific.
Well, that's kind of, I did that for two reasons. I chose the movies this time. Number one, I didn't want to wait till the end of the year to hear for you guys tell me how much you hate movies about people who have buttholes for mouths and
fuck you.
I want to watch the movie, not read a book. So I went and picked American films. Well, American films with Hispanic stars. And like you said, yeah, it's a little bit more subversive to find these films that cast. They could really cast anyone for that role, and they actually choose Hispanic, even if he is playing a robot janitor.
He's a good leading man.
He's fantastic. I love him.
Yeah, that's what I said. That sucks too, because in the Ant-Man and the Wasp, he's very funny in Ant-Man and the Wasp. You kind of wish they'd make him into a superhero too, instead of just a ex-thief running a company,
Yeah,
right.
I do kind of like what they're doing with this character. That they are giving him a lot to do, because it's not your typical like hero sidekick thing. He's kind of on his own. He's making his own decisions. If you haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's really great.
I haven't.
Amy hasn't seen it yet.
I still haven't seen it. I need to see it. I love the first one.
I'll see it when it comes out on.
It's so good. He's one of the best things about both of those movies, I think.
Yeah. But this movie, it's a good viewing on Netflix. If you're bored, I think it's like a lot of what Mike said about Crush the Skull.
Yeah.
You have the service, check it out. It's not going anywhere forever. It's it's a good thing to watch on a Friday night or Saturday night, or even Sunday morning.
Maybe you could have a Sunday on a Saturday.
Tuesday after work, or
what if you have a hankering for a hunk of cheese, and then and you don't drown your food?
It's a wagon wheel.
Yeah, it's a wagon wheel.
What's interesting, like one of the things on the what was the name of the documentary we just watched? The documentary.
Survival of the Film
the
Freaks?
documentary. Yeah, Survival of the Film Freaks.
Extinction?
Yeah, Extinction. Is they talked about like how with like the death of Blockbuster, like how we're missing that kind of thing, and it's fun like to have these types of movies, because these would be like the movies that you would walk and pick up the cases of at Blockbuster and read the back of and go, that sounds kind of interesting. So it's just nice to have these types of things to go to, because they don't all need to be like super deep or super thinkers or just these, major blockbuster hits. It's fun to go and watch just a fun movie. And these both, in my opinion, were fun movies.
That's kind of the same experience too.
These Netflix originals, you're right. You make a good point. These Netflix originals really are like the video store of, what we got now,
Yeah.
But I will say that the special effects and the production values are way above what those movies were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
The costumes were great.
For sure.
I love the. Did we talk about how they did like the 50s, 60s
Amy,
aesthetic?
how's the sound design?
Huh?
Amy, how's the sound design?
It's it was fine.
I still wish I had that old clip queued
It was
up.
like pew pew. Yeah, their outfits very like plain. Nobody wore any textures or patterns.
I felt it was very 50s, 60s Mad Men style. That's when like to like harken back to like when Sci-Fi started taking off. It was just like a nod to it.
So what did it mean then at the end of that when like they basically their whole world looks like a kind of a very modern IKEA catalog and with these very modern colors and their wardrobes are modern, but at the end of it they're on this train and they're all just absolutely fascinated. That those colors at the end were just totally popped when they're seeing all that stuff. I'm not exactly sure what they were trying to.
I don't think they'd ever left the city.
Or their memories have been wiped. So
they were
don't
going through that
yeah.
train and remember that like that beautiful sunset.
And robots don't need vacations.
Yeah.
That was just interesting. So, I mean, if you're walking through the Blockbuster and you're seeing this film, you're also getting a think or two because there were certainly some things interesting to kind of wrap your head around on this one, I think.
I keep trying.
One thing I thought about too is why do the robots need clothes?
Right. Why did they create that culture for themselves?
Well,
because we gave it to them.
They started out as sex bots. We've all determined that, and they're like, if we don't put clothes on these things, they're not going to get any work done. Well, because we're always going to be fucking them. When Michael Pena's trying to like do his engineer job, someone's mounting him.
They're asking for it, right?
Well, for human design, we don't want other people looking at our sex bots. We want our sex bots to be our sex bots.
Do we know for sure Michael Pena is engineer? Because at the beginning I thought he was a janitor. I know that originally when he was a robot, he was a janitor. But then again, when he's in there looking at that tunnel, that thing, the wire things broke.
Yeah.
He still dresses like a janitor, too.
That's what I said.
Well, kind of everybody was so plain Jane. I think it was just a dark shirt, dark pants.
I think you're putting your own, like, you just think he's a janitor, so
you're putting a story on
projecting.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny because I saw him as an engineer.
Yeah.
Well, Andy said that. You said that. Is he a janitor?
And Andy was like, custodial engineer. No, yeah, he didn't say that.
That's a good one, Freddie.
But then you realize everybody's wearing that.
Yeah.
And the thing that got me, and this might sound a little racist on my part, I was wondering, like, why is he, I understand he's with this white girl.
Yeah.
Why is his kid so white? The kids had no Hispanic ethnicity in them all, so is he like second marriage?
They were manufactured in different plants.
Yeah, that got me a little wondering why Michael Pena wasn't. Why everyone else in the movie, except for my culture, was black, and but everyone else in the thing was white. So that got me thinking. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and then did you also think it was weird that his older daughter had the Mia Wallace haircut from Pulp Fiction?
It's the future.
That was weird when her and John Travolta did the Watusi.
Yeah,
but didn't he? And they show that scene where they bond with because the two girls are left abandoned somewhere on the street, and they bond with them. Was that before or after?
It was after. Wipe? It was before the wipe.
They found them before. After they were created as a family unit.
Sometimes you gotta check the paper, see if it's wiped.
That's a whole genre of adult cinema before the wipe.
But again, interesting that the bonding would occur even with like the you're trying to figure out like what the connection or ethnic connection or whatnot is there, and that after the bonding it didn't matter. He loved those kids. And those were his daughters, period. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I just feel like we're carsing it too much.
We are, but
it's too many questions.
It's supposed to raise some questions, though. It definitely does.
But I have dumb questions, though.
Well, that's because you're dumb.
Well, did you ever watch that show? I think it was called The Neighbors. It was on ABC. It had Doug Jones in it, and it had from Lost Boys, Jamie Gertz. Did you ever see the show, Lewis, where the aliens move in next door?
Says it, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's the English dad, and then they have the black mom, but then their kids Asian. because the aliens don't understand that this doesn't add up to everybody who sees the family. They don't understand, like, what they're looking at. So I wonder if that mentality went into, maybe like you were saying, it might have been a thing where the writers are like, well, when they manufactured these, maybe they didn't pair them up into families until after the fact.
Right.
Well, the difference with that is the aliens, they don't know, and they can ask someone. The robots are made by us, so they have to be given some sort of skin tone or something to begin with.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, if maybe they weren't manufactured as a family.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they weren't.
Oh, they did say that?
Didn't you see when he was flashing back?
Him and Lizzie Kaplan found them.
They just found them in the streets. Their actual human parents were killed.
They're orphans, basically.
By the synths.
You know what it was? I was looking up all the racist stuff.
Oh my God.
About the actor in this movie, Israel, whatever.
Broussard or something?
Broussard. Did you hear about this, Lewis?
No.
The guy who plays the human, the first one that they get the helmet off of, the actor who plays him has been busted on being, like, really racist on Twitter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, apparently he said some pretty bad stuff, and he's also, like, a big Trump supporter.
Well, I guess they're free and clear to do what they want to do.
Yeah, it does what you want to do.
All right.
That's more scary to me than robots uprising tomorrow.
Yeah.
The MAGA
yeah.
For sure. I think we all should be way more afraid of that. But still, I want to keep it in the back of my mind as a thing to be worried about.
Mm-hmm.
You're just getting ready for Mars, aren't you?
Sure.
Do you have your emergency bag, just in case?
I got my go bag for Mars.
Get your ass to Mars.
It includes a bra built for 3 boobs.
Bag, 16 crates of rice, ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Just ready to go.
Hmm.
They found water on Mars. We're good, right?
Did they?
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. We're
I
good.
think so.
Mars will not be for us in our lifetime.
You're right.
there are a lot of people in front of us, unfortunately, that will get there. Sorry.
Damn it.
We're going to have to deal with it.
Unless NASA says we're seriously going to Mars in the 60s, and if a colony built already, they're just not telling us.
Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be cool.
Quaid.
All right, so like we do at the end of every show, I'm going to mention our beautiful Beelzebubs. If you want to be a patron of the show, go to patreon.com/NOTLP. First up, Jeremy and Cassie.
Oh, Jeremy, Cassie. My eyes all fucked up and it hurts sometimes. Hurt worse yesterday, though.
It hurts because we weren't hanging out with them anymore, and we were last weekend.
It's true.
We got Commanda.
Did I tell you about my sty yet? It's just awful.
All right, Freddie. Dale,
it's like a pimple, but it's inside your eyelid.
Mandy.
Dale had a stroke.
Yeah, Lewis had a stroke over here.
Hey, Mandy, Lewis had a stroke.
Mandy, did you know Lewis had a stroke?
Adam,
you would never guess looking at him, but Lewis had a stroke, and my eye's getting finally normal enough that I can actually see somewhat out of it. Brooke, you're not supposed to squeeze them.
Ernie,
if you squeeze them, you can actually make them worse.
Albert,
hot compress is good.
Oh my God. Tree and
Alex, if you use Advil, that's ibuprofen is good for the pain, and don't ice it. Icing doesn't help.
So you just rub the Advil on your eye, right?
Yeah, you just rub it on your eye until it dissolves.
Brandon Boone, who?
Oh, Brandon was here last night. He saw my eye in person, and he had never seen Psycho until last night, and now he has seen it.
Yep.
And he made an interesting comment to me. He said that he knows the score so well from listening to it over and over again, Bernard Herrmann's famous score. But like when he saw it with the movie, he had all these, he was like, it's too much.
Yeah.
He's like, I think he had like, it's so weird. He came into it from the music backwards. So I think he thought
too much
belonged in other places.
What does that mean?
And plus, on top of that, Vince Vaughn's great in that movie.
I'm an Anne Heche fan through and through. Can't get enough Heche.
Bill.
Bill. So
hey, Bill.
If you have a sty or a stroke and you need advice, Lewis and I have you covered.
Yeah. Blake.
Make sure you listen to our next podcast, the Stroke and Stycast.
Stroke and Sty.
Cops on the edge.
It's on TNT after Rizzoli and Isles.
He's got a huge pimple in his eyelid.
Did you hear that, Blake? Mark Watts, who we got to hang out with last weekend.
Yeah, it was so fun. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah,
at Horror Hound.
That was awesome.
What a dude.
I'm sorry you saw me drunk.
I had this slimy ointment I got to put on it to help it heal and keep it wet. You got to keep it wet, Lewis.
Finally, Elise, Kelley's fiancée.
I know.
She is
wow.
affianced.
They're engaged to be married.
And those are our beautiful Beelzebubs. Thank you so much. Lewis!
Yes.
How do people find you?
Just find me the way everybody finds me.
Follow your heart.
Lying in the gutter with a stroke.
Aww.
Oh, there's Lewis.
I'm on Twitter, twitter.com/Lewis Fowler. I post everything there. If you want to follow my Instagram, Lewis Fowler 78. That's a pretty good. Those are two pretty good places to find me. I post everything I do on there, so
didn't know you were on
just go looking all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. What do you have up for us next week, Lewis?
Next week, I was thinking about a nice, chill, the movie called The Chosen with Wilmer Valderrama.
Right.
El Morto, The Chosen One.
Based on a comic, right?
Based on a comic book I've never heard of.
Bazooka Joe? It's a Bazooka Joe spinoff.
I don't think I've seen Wilmer Valderrama since
That's
the
what I was
70s
saying.
show.
Yeah.
It's based on issue 136 of Archie's Pals and Gals.
Oh, I loved Archie.
Before the CW ruined him.
Hush your mouth. Riverdale's the dumbest thing on television, and I love it. I love it so much.
Oh, I heard he's a piece of shit.
Who?
The actor?
Wilmer.
Oh, Wilmer,
Yeah.
really?
Oh, I think he was real mean to Lindsay.
Was he?
And apparently he's like real bad to Selena too. Not Demi.
Oh, is that why
Hey,
she's in rehab?
Apparently
He was Demi Lovato's bedside when she tried to kill herself the other day.
Yeah, Andy.
Well,
Were
there you
you?
go.
The
Were
rumors
you
are
at her
that-
bedside?
No, the rumors are that he's the one that got her hooked on drugs in the first place.
Ooh.
Well, I probably did, but I didn't see what your bedside. I see you there, Andy.
Andy.
Do you remember when Fez was sticky and tired because he had a big day out on that 70s show? And Eric and Donna were arguing over who was going to put him to bed because he was so cranky and tired? Yeah. I loved that show.
Too many Scientologists on it now.
Yeah, I guess
If you go back to it. Okay. We did it, you guys. We done did it.
First one.
Yeah, welcome back, Lewis.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix this whole camera situation before our next show. Don't
Please,
worry.
God, do.
And
Good job.
it'll be permanent, like where you can be in the room with us and it'll feel natural.
And
We'll hologram you.
Yeah, you'll be able to feel all our dicks while we thrust into you.
I would love to be hologrammed.
Yeah,
I don't have a dick.
we can get you one.
Oh, okay, cool. Great. So we'll see you next week, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye, Lewis. Thank you.
Bye, Lewis.
Bye.
Thanks.